Hello. Good evening, Chiwempala. Elias Munshya here on TV Bakwetu. Thank you for joining us. The only thing that I would ask, and want to request to each one of you is to share the link. Let's have a discussion today, this late night at about 22 hours Chwempala time or 10 p.m. I am in Zambia. And so this has been a very exciting week so far. So today I have done exactly 7 days. Today's Sunday. I arrived on Sunday last week. And so thank you very much for joining us. For those that need to share, please do so. Send us stars. Invite somebody to like TV Bakwetu and everyone else. Thank you so much for joining us today. I am going to be very, very clear on some things that we need to talk about, okay? I was on 2 media platforms last week. I was on Diamond TV with Andrew Mwansa, and our topic then was various things that are happening in the nation. Some of you were not too happy with the answers I was giving, but I was just trying to be honest. And then I was also on Radio Phoenix on Let the People Talk. I think that was Tuesday last week, Tuesday last week. Yeah, and so I enjoyed those 2 shows. But a lot has happened during this week, and so I would like to address some of them. And one of them is, we must deal with this, amapinda nensoselo ishamchibemba. Okay? Amapinda nensoselo ishamchibemba. So I want to get what you think. First of all, do you have ideas about some of the Bemba proverbs? Okay? If you do, please type it in and let's have a conversation over them. It's important. So I came with the this thing that had happened, that one of the Patriotic Front leaders had been arrested for defamation of the president and proposing violence. So apparently this gentleman has been proposing violence and has also been charged with defamation of the president. Now, I shouldn't go into the nitty-gritties of the charge, because it's now a police case, and they are going to go to the judges now, and the judges have got to make a decision. I personally do not see that this gentleman is actually going to stand a trial for this charge. I don't see it, but it's in court and it's before a judge, so I don't know how it will be handled. I don't see, such cases usually do not go very far, because there is always that fine line between when a person uses a Bemba idiom, do they actually mean to insult or not? So I don't know from the past. But usually when you direct insults directed at the president, will land you into trouble. You shouldn't be insulting the president. We were very reluctant also, even during the Lungu reign, we were very categorical that we shouldn't be insulting Lungu, because the presidency is like the national parental figure kind of, and so you can still say that the president tabalete kabwino, you can say that, but in Kawalanda Chati Chove, you are on your own. The law is going to visit you. Nevertheless, it has brought this long debate about idioms and proverbs. Insoselo shachibemba. So it has brought all this. So I'll be reading some of your comments so that we can have a little bit of fun regarding insoselo shachibemba. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to be reading some of it so that we see where we can discuss. All right. And so here is a misunderstanding. One of the misunderstandings is that when an insult becomes an idiom, then it ceases to be an insult. That is not true. As a matter of fact, Bemba idioms themselves are premised on shock. So when, for example, there is a proverb that says akanyo kamwa nakatombwa neloba, that is still shocking. It's an insult, right? It's describing a woman anatomy. So that would be shocking and everything else. And yet it is using that shock to explain a wider story, meaning do not abuse children, meaning do not do things that are outside your league, meaning do not abuse or do not be corrupt. That is what that idiom means. But it is still an insult. In other words, it has used human anatomy. human anatomy, terms that we do not usually routinely use in our conversation. And so it is the impact of the shock that teaches a lesson. But the impact of that shock when it comes, like I did, you know what I mean? I say a Bemba proverb, and all of you are falling off your chairs. And it's true. It's a vulgar language. It's an anatomy. And so it's shocking. And so once it shocks you, then it delivers a lesson. That is what an idiom is. But you cannot say that the word is therefore not vulgar. An idiom does not cleanse a vulgar terminology. It doesn't. In fact, it preys on the vulgarity of the saying itself to teach a lesson. And so, if you are just a politician and you are trying to use an idiom in order to shock and teach, you better stand by it. You know what I mean? You cannot say that you're only interested in the meaning, but you're not interested in the literal words. No. And so if you use a word that insults the president, know that it is a criminal offense. That's simple common sense. It's still a criminal offense. So the fact that it is an idiom does not cleanse an insult. If at all, it is a criminal offense to defame a president. That is what it is. So when Bembas are trying to say that no, this is not an insult or anything, it is. That is why the sayings have this status among the Bemba speaking peoples. All right, and so yes, it is. And so you must stand by it. Techulanda tiyo mkwainsha tukene, atiyo mkwainsha tukene na lefu afyo kufunda. No, wabomfishe olusele, ukweba tufunde. Wabomfishe an idiom, a Bemba idiom. Ya kwata, a vulgar term, in order for you to teach. You stand by it. Na mwansaka pwepwe wine, ilio alelanda emilumbe nensoselo shiachibemba, using these things in politics. It was vulgar. That's what it is. So on the vulgarity, because it is part of the Bemba tradition. And then of course there is this debate about are these sayings just for Ababe Mbankonko or the entire Bemba Commonwealth? These are sayings of the entire Bemba Commonwealth. Tema sayings Ababe Mbankonko beka. No. Ababe Mbankonko tebe neba chibemba beka yo. Ichibemba chamitundu shonse ishibomfie chibemba. Luva immigrants na ababululu wabo abalunda kazembe bonse echitundu chesu ifofweba ushina ifwebele. When you are classifying the Ushi language, it is a subset of the Bemba language. Abe nama linguists when they are classifying the languages. The sayings of the Bembas in soselo shachibemba na ifwebene ni insoselo shesu. So I'm hearing okwebati bamo ababe Mbankonko baletwebo okobati yo imomweba ushi ayama sayings yesu, you have no business with them. De musoka imomweba Mbankonko okwebati ulande yo inkondo. And the sayings of each are our sayings as well. We own them. They are ours. Okay? So mwababe Mbankonko muichindike sana ngajya kutira kuliko bamwababe Mbankonko abashirefwayo kuichindika mufure mwaichindika extremely muichindike mwababe Mbankonko muichindike because and we need to face this reality. For those that do not understand, the bickering among the Bemba speaking peoples in Zambia is there is this bickering, of course. And in fact, Simon Mwansaka Pwepwe himself is rumored to have insulted Amalu Apulans, Atimova Tubulu and stuff like that. And that insult was very serious during the struggle to independence, because Simon Mwansaka Pwepwe is believed to have been one of the most vulgar politician, and some regard him to be tribalist. Even now, he was tribalist against other Bemba-speaking tribes as well. Okay, but we need to understand that this is ours. This is our language, and we accept responsibility for its vulgarity. So if anybody uses it, they need to also take responsibility for its vulgarity. Our sayings, those sayings that are vulgar, are ours, and they do not cease to be vulgar. And so if you use it against the president, and it's an offense, a criminal offense to insult the president, then yes. If we are advocating for reform of the law, then that's a different matter altogether, so that we remove criminal defamation laws from our statute books, yes. But you want to chapter to express an idea, you must stand by it.